Hello, welcome back to my stream. So, today we're getting back to work on some of the quests. Well, no. I misspoke. Sorry. We're not working on quests right now. We're working on some 3D modeling. Specifically, the next level. Apologies ahead of time. This may be a little bit boring to watch, as it involves me making changes to this map, basically. So at the end of last stream, I created this. Well, I subdivided this wall into a top and a bottom with the intention of applying one texture to the top and one to the bottom. But I realized at some point, like actually, I think a few hours ago, that I didn't have to do that because I created this system here where, so this is actually multiple materials layered on top of each other. So this is the base texture here, and then I have this this grass texture and this mask. This allows me to this gives me a lot more flexibility with the way I apply textures to or like blend different materials together. So like I have cliff, and then you have like the top of this is actually the same grass texture as over here. So it's a really good way of blending multiple textures together. But so and I created this completely forgetting that that was a thing that I did. So now I basically have to undo what I did. So yeah, let's do that right now. It's gonna take a few minutes probably. Oh, and the textures that you're seeing here in the mesh editor, Blender, they are old textures that I don't use anymore. The reason I don't get rid of them is because I can't apply those Godot engine shaders into Blender, so I kind of have to. I'm basically just using them as guides for what is what. It's gonna take a little while. Actually, it's not gonna take a super long time, probably. Oops. I'm definitely gonna have to calculate the UVs. And we're already done. Well, I mean, we're done that one thing that I wanted to undo, but yeah, that's a thing that I was bothering me for like a few hours ago. I was like thinking about it. Okay, UV. Should be able to just grab this and drag it down. Like that. There's this. Oh, this is the wrong. There we go. Okay. So in case you're wondering, it's hard to control the camera. I'll just do the full screen here. So this is meant to be the loading screen that leads back to the village, the main, the area that I've been working on all that time. Oh, and I'm realizing right now that this bit here is visible when it probably shouldn't be. Let's fix that. No Ngons, please. Ngons suck. An Ngon is basically a polygon that has more than 4 sides, or 4 edge, more than 4 vertices. It's a face that has more than 4 vertices in it. In 3D modeling, you want to avoid those at all costs. Their existence on a mesh is indicative of like poor skills. I mean, I have poor skills, I know that, but I'm working despite that. What is this? Why isn't this? Oh, I see what's going on here. Separate by selection. Merge this and this. I'm just going to call this bounds. I think that's a good name for it because it's out of bounds, right? Player's never meant to get up here, right? Yeah, just adding some more character to this little bit here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's experiment with exporting this back to the game. Okay, let's load the level in. Ports, mesh. Level mesh, river passage. Okay, here's the map. What is going on? Uh, what? That looked wrong. Oh, there we go. This looks a little goofy. At least over here it does. All right. Let's fix that. That looks terrible. Nothing some good old UV editing won't fix. I could probably just ignore this one because the player's never going to see it. At least I think they won't. Yep, player's never going to see it, so who cares about this, right? It basically doesn't matter. But I saw it. True. True. Do you want me to fix it? I could. I mean, I just don't see the point. Nah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it. Okay, let's try exporting it once more. I always use GLTF because that's what all the tutorials I used to watch would use when exporting from Blender to Godot engine. They said that is like a better than FBX. I gotta reload this. There we go. This is not the right map. Let's actually load the real thing. Where is it? Scenes, levels, river passage. So this is gonna have an old version of the geometry in it. Yeah, this is like so the goofy thing about this is that it was way too small. So the player would touch there's an invisible trigger here that loads the next area in. But so what happens is that it's kind of like The Legend of Zelda where you touch it and then the game fades out and the player keeps walking. But the problem is it's too short. So the player is like walking into this wall for like 2 seconds and then the camera fades out. So what I did is I made it bigger so that hopefully by the time the player reaches, so this, hopefully before the player touches the wall, screen's already faded out and the next area is already loaded in. But now I gotta fix some things here. could stretch it even more. Yeah, I could totally do that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to completely overhaul the textures. Probably going to copy a lot of the stuff that I have on the hometown level. Let's copy this and put it here. Okay. Grab this one, copy, paste. Oh wow. This grass looks terrible. Let's fix it with this one. Why can't I select it? Oh, it's because it doesn't have collision. Right. It's not the grass. There it is. Oh, that time I was able to select it. Weird. But I'll take it. And next, let's copy this over and put it here. I have to do it for each mesh, I guess. Oh, just realized the texture, not the texture, the material didn't. I'm making a lot of mistakes right now. So when I pasted the material, I put it in the wrong spot. I'm supposed to put it here, but I accidentally must have put it here. So when I replaced the mesh, it also replaced the material. So I gotta copy this one over again. Hold up, what? Uh, what's going on? Huh? Oh, right. I pasted it in the wrong spot. I think I think I'm not using the slot. I think I completely forgot. I think I completely neglected it. Probably delete it, actually. Why is it so bright over here? Oh, it's the cloud dome. You know, I could probably make this invisible just for the time being. What the heck is that? Oh, right. This is like for the mini map. Forgot about that. Forgot it existed. Okay, now I gotta fix this a little bit here. Dirt. Hmm. These UVs look a little stretched. I don't like that. Yeah, I gotta fix these. There we go. That's much better. Select all, export GLTF. That's not right. Huh? Did it not work? Let's try again. Oh, weird. Trying to export it, but it's not work. It's not importing. Am I overwriting the wrong file or something? Old meshes, river passage, middle meshes is not going straight to the folder. I think it should be going straight to the folder. I just don't understand why it's not. I hate when stuff like this happens. Usually ends up being something really obvious that I overlooked. You know, this could pass as a PS1 game. But that's not what I'm going for. You want to make one? Yeah. I'm sure I'm sure there's a lot of people who will probably like that. I mean, I think it's probably more iconic than the N64, if I'm being honest. The reason I'm going with the N64 look is because I'm a bit biased. I plan on bringing Ocarina of Time to PS1, basically. Okay. Well, not literally, because like you can't make things on the PS1, but like you know the art style, right? I think I understand what you mean. What's wrong with the shading here? You know what? I'll fix this later. Right now I need to fix the collision. Luckily, they make this extremely easy. And I could do it as long as, nope, don't tell anybody. Aha. Yeah. Nice thing about Godot engine is that if you want to add some basic collision to a mesh, pretty much all you gotta do is you click on it, and you choose mesh, and then create try mesh static body. That'll create the static body and the mesh all at once. Instant collision. It pretty much always works. Only problem is that it's always a crap. What is it? Oh yeah, it's always a it's always a concave mesh, and concave meshes are harder to. Well, but you can't they don't count as volumes, which is fine most of the time. But if you want to create like a body of water and have it count as a volume, it has to be a convex mesh. Don't ask me why it's like that. All I know is that it's a lot easier for game engines and stuff to create collision for like convex. I always mix up the words concave and convex. Like I forget which is which, but yeah, every time I said convex, I was like checking over here. So convex basically means that there's no it never there's no inward curves. It's all like a outward curvature. Like this, like there's no caves in a concave mesh. Sounds kind of ironic. I mean, no, that's backwards. A concave mesh can have like a cave in it. Convex mesh cannot. Okay. GI probe. It's been a long time since I've been. Man, I just realized it's been so long since I opened this scene that it still had a GI probe in it. And in case you don't understand why, you probably don't understand why that's significant, but like a year or two ago, I decided to switch over to GLS2, GLES2, which isn't compatible with the GL probe. The reason I did that is because it's kind of, it's not complicated, but it's like I noticed that with GLES3, the game would like freeze for like a second every time a new material appeared because it'd have to compile the shaders. And it would do that every time like a new object appeared on the screen. That was bugging me. So I switched to GLES2. Now it's basically I've never run into the issue again. The problem with GLES2 is that you can't use any of the more advanced shader effects. There's a bunch of features missing. Like for example, the GL the node that I deleted. Let's see if I can find it. The GI node. GI means global illumination. Where is it? This one. So this little yellow triangle over here, that basically means it's not going to work. You can bake it, but it's not going to do anything because GLES2 doesn't support it. The nice thing about GLES2 is that you have a lot more compatibility. Like if I wanted to make this compatible with like really old Android phones, I could because it's GLES2. And I think you'd even port it to like Raspberry Pi and it'll work. But if I use GLES3, I can't port it to like the Raspberry Pi. For 2 years. Hmm. I think I've only been working on it for like 3, so not super long. There's this. Oh, oh wow. I can delete this. I don't need it anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. There's a lot of nodes that I really forgot exist and never use, like room group, room manager. I've never used those before. I don't even know what they do. I probably should use them, to be honest. Portal. Portal nodes are used to enable visibility between the rooms. See, I'm learning stuff right now. Huh. Interesting. What if I could use that? I probably could, actually. Not in this area, because it's all just one big mesh. And if I want to use it, I'll have to divide meshes into smaller areas. I feel like it could be useful, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, let's see if I have to fix anything. Yeah, it crashed. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Fade in. Line 8. Okay, I have to give the editor a few moments to like find all of the classes, I think. Oh, I see what's going on here. There's a lot of old stuff that I should probably delete. Okay. So now that shouldn't cause a crash. Kind of worked. Node not found relative to yeah, a few seconds and then it crashed. Hold on a second. Oh, apparently this isn't, well, okay then. For this sound effect, apparently the problem is that I only assigned it to this instance of camera root. And I need to assign it to the main one, which I never did. Oh, right. Okay, so this shouldn't cause a crash anymore. But what is this? You know what? Let's just run it again and see what happens. Still crashed. Really? The same one? What? Oh, I never assigned it. Duh. Okay, we still got some crashing happening. Get child index is out of bounds. Oh, I see the problem. Let's add some more functionality. I don't know if you've ever watched any of my previous streams, but I've talked about my feelings about signals and how they work. I like the idea of signals. How I do like how they work and the idea behind them, but I absolutely hate the UI in Godot for like assigning them in the editor. So if I want to connect a signal, I have to right click, choose connect, and then I have to scroll through here and find the node that I want to attach it to. And in bigger scenes, this is really tedious and just wastes so much time. So I've actually been avoiding using signals, and I've been using node paths instead. So I'm going to kind of show you what I mean. Here we go. So that should fix the crash, I think. All right. Not sure how I feel about the music anymore. Also, the lighting is way off. Goes to show that I never fixed this scene to the new render that I switched to. Okay, I'm gonna see if this. Oh, I forgot. There's another thing I gotta fix. In this level, the trigger. I said the trigger. Come on, select. Why aren't you selecting? There we go. Wait, no, no, no. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Loading zone. Oh, I didn't finish explaining why I what I'm doing instead of using signals. So what I've been doing instead of using signals is I've been so I create a node path called call on whatever, make it blank, and I have like a bool that says use node paths and then make it true or false in the editor. And if it's true, instead of calling a signal, or perhaps in addition to calling a signal, it gets that node and tries to call the activate method on it if it has that method in it. And one common design thing that I've been doing for like most of this project, is I'm making it so that a ton of the reusable nodes that I've been creating have a method in it called activate. This makes it easy for me to string multiple nodes together in the editor, so I can basically avoid writing code altogether. Well, not altogether, but I can reuse existing nodes a lot more. To be honest, it's kind of made some things difficult, but also easier. I think there's a time and place for it, but not everything should be done this way. It's just my opinion. Load scene. Yeah, this is broken, I recall. Scene entrance. Oh, it's got the wrong thing on it. So the wrong script. That's why it was broken. Man, I can't believe that. That would explain some very odd behavior that happened during the last stream. Scene entrance. Okay. Okay. Kind of worked. Worked better than yesterday. Yesterday it kicked me back to the inside of the house. Because apparently it was loading the load save script for some reason. Because a wrong thing was assigned. Ugh, okay. have a little idea to fully recreate a level from Ocarina of Time and remake the controls. Yeah, good luck, man. Do you have like a Nintendo 64 controller that's like or an adapter that lets you plug it into the PC? Or are you doing like PS1 stuff controls? Have to get one? Okay. If you're talking about a N64 controller, oh wait, you mean the adapter? I think might use a modern one. Okay. Lag behind you. Yeah, probably. There's probably some sort of delay. Looks like I probably have to like wait 10 seconds between asking you a question and getting a response. Just the way streaming is, I guess. Oh, another crash. Entrance controller. Oh, I never assigned these. Of course. So the problem with N64 controllers is they well, I'm not really sure it's a problem, but or if you're familiar with how they work, but they have a unconventional analog system that kind of makes it both superior and inferior. What makes it superior is that you're never going to get like drift on a N64 controller, like a real one. The bad thing is that the actual stick can get wobbly because the springs we have weakened over like 20 years, and also the well, there's like plastic rubbing up against plastic inside of it, and it wears down, so it becomes a lot less precise. And some people have issues where they can't tilt the stick all the way forward, or left or right or back. There's like a little plastic bowl on the bottom of it where the stick physically scrapes against it, and eventually you get like this powder that's literally the stick grinding itself to death. Plus my thumb hurts after playing for hours. Yeah, also, yeah, there's no grip on the top of it, right? It's just bare plastic. I have like a few of those controllers. I actually managed to get a steel stick 64. Not a full thing, just the bowl part, like the bottom bowl bit, and I installed it into an existing controller that I already had. Night and day difference. It's amazing. You heard of a steel stick 64? sorry, Steel Sticks 64. What happened is basically someone realized the design flaw of the Nintendo 64 controller, but they like the way that it feels when it's like new. So they made it so that it's this ongoing project to you haven't? Okay, so it's this ongoing project to replace the plastic bowl on the bottom of the joystick mechanism with a bowl of made of pure metal. They mill it out in a machine. They drill out a bit in the bottom of the controller and they install this. So it's like having a brand new controller for years and years and years. It's not perfect. Like there's still some parts that have to be replaced, like the gears and potentially the actual stick itself and maybe the spring. But even just replacing the bolt is a fantastic change. It breathes new life into the controller. Makes it a lot smoother too. Okay, so in this area, I'm probably gonna quit the stream in about 5 minutes, but let's grab this little dude, this little goober. Let's put him like I don't know, over here. So what's gonna happen is the player's gonna spawn over here, and he's gonna follow this guy through here. All the way over here. Then there's gonna be another loading screen, and then the forest level is gonna open up. That's not all that's not all that's gonna be in this level. There's also going to be another entrance exit sort of thing over here, but I'm not going to implement that for a long time. This is basically going to lead to the big wide open area. You know, this game's equivalent of a Hyrule field. And then this is going to be, well, it's basically a river. I'm thinking it's going to be an alternative way of getting from here to there, like a shortcut, essentially. Just set up the route, see if it works. NPC initial behavior, follow route. I have to make the actual route. This game does not have the regular standard pathfinding in it. I'm trying to avoid using that because I don't think that Ocarina of Time had like regular pathfinding in it. I think every time they had NPCs go from like one place to another, they would follow like a specific route, and that's kind of what this is meant to be. Let's see if this. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, we got a crash. Of course, it's because I forgot to actually assign it. Well, it worked and then it crashed because index was outside the bounds of the array, but I think that's probably good for today. I'll continue working on this tomorrow. See you next stream, possibly. Have a good day.